Great to see you as
Good
always.
to see you too.
So I feel that life has now been changed because I watched you perform last night. Bedazzled jeans. This
was a hot topic last night. I didn't know where I was going with it. I actually did know where I was going with it, and it was a lot longer of a conversation that needed to happen on stage with, this close of a... People came to listen to me sing, not listen to me rant about bedazzled jeans. But I was going to ask my fans, and I kind of did. I thought I kind of got to the point somewhere of ask my fans of what they really think, because I think there's kind of is such a difference of where I've been over the last 12 years of being able to work and where I'm at right now. And I feel like where I'm at right now is kind of all of those different versions of myself kind of combined into who I am at this moment. And there's such this line for me of feeling like I'm getting to go back to my roots, I'm getting to be grounded, but also be able to have excitement and fun, which was the point of the bedazzled jeans. I think it makes people have more fun when they get to come to your shows and there's something fun to look at, or you have there's a part of entertainment. And I think someone that does that so great is my godmother, Dolly Parton. She tells you a story, she tells you the truth, but she's also a little bit of a character of herself. So I think I'm trying to find right now that line of how do I really let people in and know that this is the true, most grounded version of myself, but also get to be able to have fun, with what you wear and what you do, but they're not being a distraction from the music of the bedazzled jeans.
That's it.
Sometimes they distract from the music,
But that's the thing. I mean, everything is very much stripped down at the moment. Is that how you feeling about life because you're showing it through the songs?
I really was in this moment. I was wearing a lot of just kind of being in jean shorts and t-shirts because really this song about being at the beach. I really wanted people to be able to kind of be taken into my life in Malibu by all the visuals of what I was doing. And then I went to Gay Pride. And now here I sit in my bedazzled bow. All it took was one Gay Pride event, and I was like, wait, I don't want to be in jean shorts. I want to be in bows and glitter. What the hell am I thinking? So, so I think right now I'm kind of finding that balance of feeling myself, which is a part of, I'm from Nashville, so I don't know if you know Grand Ole Opry, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
This is not only a venue, but it's a lifestyle. And so for growing up around Dolly Parton, my dad listening to Patsy Cline or Tammy Wynette, but also being a part of this kind of new beach lifestyle that I was never a part of before, that gave me this kind of new simplicity, I think, that I really like also. And so I always try to be, I think there's some sort of continuity in my personality also of, I always say, I want people to see me be the same at the airport or a gas station as they would on stage. Because I think there's always, for entertainers, there's these two separate lives, two separate people, and I only want to be really one person. But what I was kind of talking about last night is, you heard, as that can be the same person. The same person that's priorities are yoga or spending times with the pigs, which I talked about. Spending time with my pigs can also be the same person that's priorities are entertaining people, making the shows fun, and allowing also, I think it's really fun for my fans when they see me wearing the bedazzled jeans, or when they see me wearing, flowers on my costume, whatever it is, when they come to my shows, they can do the same thing, and it's fun to dress like the artist you're going to see. So I think I always try to have that a little bit be a part of my show too, because I think people shouldn't take themselves so seriously, and so that's what I try to do with my music or with fashion, and be serious when you need to be, like a song Inspired. When it comes to the messages and the lyrics, that's when I want people to pay attention, but I don't want people to be distracted by what I'm not or what I am wearing.
Yeah. When you looked at last night, you probably didn't see, but I had flowers and bedazzled jeans. But just saying,
yes.
Just saying, Miley.
You know what? I gave up my flowers and my bedazzled jeans because Blake Shelton from being on The Voice, he had this thing where he would dress like me. He would show up and he would be dressed like me and say, he would go through the racks of my clothes and have his stylist make the outfit so we would show up in the same thing. And so finally I got him back. And I came to work in a flannel and work boots and ripped up Wrangler jeans. And so then I did my best Blake Shelton. So I think I was tired of always being the joke, because what I was wearing never was a joke. Even to me, sometimes what I wear can be like a political statement of telling people to be who they are, express themselves through how they dress. But I think I was so tired of kind of being put into this category of it was a joke or it was distracting from my music.
Let's talk about the music. So Malibu, is this right? You wrote it in an Uber?
Yeah, wrote it in the back of a car because I was driving by the beach. I was driving on the PCH, And from being from Nashville, when it says at the end of the song, it's a dream come true in Malibu, that is a dream come true. For me, it was always like a vacation was the time I'd get to be by the beach. And it was never a part of my everyday life. I grew up on a farm, and I never thought this was going to be my reality. And so I think I was just overwhelmed by how lucky that I felt to be where I was. You know, never thought that I'd be waking up to seeing the ocean every day and be a part of getting to. It feels like unreal sometimes.
But I want to know about this. So you're sitting in the back of the taxi. So what are you singing into your phone? Or
I didn't
it's
want
in
to
your
sing
head?
out loud because I didn't. I felt embarrassed. I was like, okay, I don't want to be weird and like singing or. So I kind of wrote it more like a poem, and then kind of made it a melody once I got in. But I did have like a guitar, like just a kind of guitar idea, and yeah. So I kind of wrote it more like a poem at first than a song because I didn't want to sing it out loud. But then I got to the voice set, and I was able to sing it as soon as I got there. My mom was there, my friends were in the room, and I sang it, and everyone I think kind of felt that magic. And then it's so crazy for me, that was a year ago. So for a year later, now to be singing this in front of millions of people and on TV, and it's so letting people into a moment that was just me feeling grateful for where I'm at.
Well, where you're at, this is what I think is great, because everyone's kind of been on a journey with you. And, you know, I think when I worked at American station KTLA, and when you were doing Hannah Montana, I would see you as this little kid on your bike, riding around the parking lot. So I think everyone feels they've been on a journey, but it seems that you're at your happiest now. It feels like you're very centered.
I just feel super calm that, and that I'm a very energetic person, so my calm is in here. I'm like this on the outside, but I think people can see. Hopefully, you've been talking to me for a long time, so I think as someone that knows me too, hopefully it's an energy that people feel that I just feel really kind of content at where I am. And I think also my little sister, Noah, who's around and promoting all her new music, I'm really excited for her journey because I think she'll find this too. I think when you're making music at 16, 17 years old, you're just trying to find yourself as a person, and then you have this responsibility as an artist to really, people want you to know who you are already. People want you to be able to be like someone like, you're then doing shows with artists like Beyonce, who are so much like older and wiser and have been doing this for so much longer, or you're coming up after Britney or any of these artists that have been doing this for such a long time. And now I've been one of those artists now with Noah, she's hopefully someone I can look, you know, she can look up to me because I've been doing this now for the last 10 years of doing these shows. But when you're just starting out too, I started doing these shows when I was 12 years old. And so I really got to learn, but like you're saying, people were so into my life that I think people really felt like they know me, which also gave people this kind of ownership over me too. And they wanted to keep me the same because they liked the girl on the bike, you know, or whatever it is. And I think that girl is still, people have to see that in here now through my kind of, I'm not 17 right now where Noah is, that's like I have anything to prove. I feel like I've proved what I wanted to do, which is I feel like I have respect, and I feel like my charity Happy Hippie has given me that. And I feel like I have the respect as an artist that I want, so it's less that I have to prove myself. And that gives me a lot of contentment. Yeah,
because it's like that transition period. And as you're saying, you're growing up in the public eye. So everyone's focusing on what you're doing, what you're wearing, you know, what are the lyrics of the songs?
Right.
Is this telling us more about you?
Right. I think because people really felt like, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. I think people feel like they really, really know me because I've always been so open about who I am too. And a lot of people, I think they really do separate themselves as an artist in their private life. I've always been, I think, you know, I am kind of a child in that way. It's kids say the darndest things, but I still say it as I grow up. I just really say, and I'm almost too honest, I really let people in. And so I think that's where people feel like they really know me. And I love that because I even feel like when I get to meet my fans, they talk to me like a friend instead of a fan and the artist. There's no like divide between us. I feel like we really feel like friends. And so I think that makes me have more freedom in my music, because I feel like I can really just be myself. And my fans are so accepting of me. But it's just hard for people that are looking out on, you know, from the outside, inside my life all the time and going through every little thing.
Yeah. You talked about Dolly. And it's funny, you said a thing when I was watching you on stage last night, and it's so true. And anytime I go and interview Dolly in Nashville, you mention Dolly's name, and every single person says one word: love.
Yeah.
It's a magical thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she's your godmom.
And I was saying last night, remember I told everyone that, anyway, if you don't like Dolly, you're weird. And if I'm telling you you're weird, there's something really wrong because I'm one of the weirdest people on the planet. I've met anyone, whether they've come in contact with her personally or not, or just listen to her music or just watch her. No one doesn't like Dolly. And that's because I think people see the way she'll treat anyone here in this room, the way she'd treat her biggest fan, the way she'd treat her worst enemy is all the same. All like super respectful and love. And that's just, I've had such a great role model as a musician, but also just as a person. She's just the kindest of all.
I think at the moment, she must be so proud of songs like Malibu, songs like Inspired, because there's Dolly there, isn't there?
And also I've gotten to go and perform Jolene so much, and I think given this this kind of new life to the song, because sometimes when I go out and I'm performing with the youngest of my young fans, they don't know these songs that I get to cover sometimes, whether it's Lonesome When You Go by Bob Dylan or you know, Baby I'm in the Mood. Kids don't know these songs, and so to be able to shine this light on music that makes all of us artists who we are, and have the younger generation keep these songs alive is amazing. You know, I'm so lucky to have that opportunity.
I'm laughing when you say you're a bit weird. How do you think you're weird?
I'm weird because of many reasons. I think hopefully this will become the new normal too. I think I'm weird because I feel like everything and nothing and all at once. And if this doesn't make sense, I mean that I feel very like genderless, I feel ageless, I feel like I'm just like spirit, soul, not even divided by human being, or I treat the animals the same, or hopefully treat the planet with as much respect as possible. So I feel very much like there's no us and them, there's no me and you. I feel like I'm kind of just, I want to be everything, and I want to be also kind of nothing. You know, I just want to be able to be myself. And so hopefully that stops being weird, and I hope a lot of people wake up every day feeling like I said last night. You know, when you're a kid, you have this this amazing ability to, you know, I would play baseball and then go to a ballet lesson, and you're allowed to do both. And now you don't get to do that. If you're, you know, if you're a doctor, if you become a lawyer, whatever it is, you have to be so serious all the time. You can still be able to go take like a hip hop dance class if you want, and that shouldn't be that you're not who you are, that you're confused. I think as we get older, you're told that you're confused if you're something different every day, if your style changes, and I think we should all feel fluid. And
do you think, because you've talked about it, like being so clean now, is that giving you clarity? Is that?
Yeah, I think I really want to be able to be as clear-minded as I can, and make sure what I'm saying is what I really feel, because I do that in my music, so I want to make sure that's what I do when I get to sit down and talk to people like you. I want to be able to tell my truth and really where I'm at.
Yeah. And do you think in the past that was like a bit of a problem, that there wasn't the clarity?
No, I think everything always changes for me, and when I decide I don't want to do something anymore, then I don't do it, and then when I do, I do, you know, so whatever that is, and I just really think that you can say nothing is forever. That's something that I've learned as I've gone through this, is there's so many times I've been like, I'm never going to do this again. I'll never do this. I'll never do that. And then you do it. And then, you know, or you say you're going to do this forever, and then you stop, you know, whatever it is. So allowing yourself to have none of those boundaries.
Is music almost like a kind of therapy?
I think it's a way of getting to write down, you know, all my thoughts and actually know what I really think and feel about things, and be able to, I think, get out what I feel in a positive way of getting people to be able to relate to it. Because I think the worst feeling in the world is feeling lonely or feeling alone, and feel like people don't feel the same as you do. And I think there gives us a connection of this communication with other people, that humans get to have this amazing connection through music, that you realize that you're not alone, that if someone sings a song and you feel the same way as they do, it immediately makes you feel, you know, gives you this kind of feeling of we're all in this together. Yeah.
Well, we certainly are all in it together. I feel like we've been for years. It's so lovely to see you. And so lovely to see you in this great place. I'm loving it.